because obviously, you know, all the leaders, although they are all calling to support Macron now, they will decide who is the culprit and how to get there.
I'm just going to interrupt you. I'm sorry, Christine, to cut you off in your prime, but here is Marine Le Pen. She's at her headquarters in Hénin-Beaumont in the north of the country, in the Pas-de-Calais region. Let's listen in.
Fellow citizens, you've projected me onto the second round of the presidential election, and I'm aware of the honor you're giving me, and I'm humble and grateful. I would like to express to you, French patriots, how grateful I am. The first step which should lead France to the Élysée is already covered. It's a historical result, and it's for me to take on board the enormous responsibility of defending France, being responsible for its culture, its prosperity, its independence, and its security. And it's something to do with French pride, a country that raises its head, which is sure of its values and trust into the future. I'm sure absolutely every French person has been aware of the fact that the system tried through every possible means to stifle the big political debate that election should have been. But that big debate is going to take place at long last. French people have to take on board that historical challenge, because the challenge of that election is wild globalization, which attacks our very civilization. It's a very simple choice for France. Either we carry on towards total deregulation without any border, any protection, with the consequences it entails, with international unfair competition, mass immigration, the free trade and the free circulation of terrorists, or you choose the France with borders that are going to protect our employment and our national identity. So you have two choices, and that's the real alternative, the real one, not the one when government merely change without nothing serious ever changing. But I'm suggesting that we should aim for the real alternance, a fundamental alternance, which is going to put in place a new type of politics, new faces, and a real renewal. It's not with the air of François Hollande and all the failures, these catastrophic 5 years, where that alternance is ever going to come. The time has come to free the French population and the whole French population, without forgetting our friends overseas that trusted me, and I'm very proud of the confidence they manifested towards me. The time has come to get rid of all the arrogant people who want to dictate to the population what they should do. I am the candidate for the people. And it's an appeal to all the sincere patriots, wherever they come from, whatever their origin, whatever they voted for in the first round. I invite them all to join us and to abandon old-fashioned quarrels and to concentrate on what is the superior interest of our country. That was really essential, and that's what's at play, the survival of France. So I call upon them to unite behind our project of renewal, and they will be our brothers. In the 8th of August 1943, General de Gaulle reminded that in Casablanca, the grandeur of a people only proceeds from the people. And there's been 1,500 years of past behind France, and that's the principle I'm going to implement. And that gathering together of what all the French dream of, it only can happen through France. Long live the Republic, long live France, and long live the population and the people of France.
So there we are, a beaming Marine Le Pen amid the tricolours at her headquarters in Hénin-Beaumont. Very pleased with the result, as you can see. They're through to the second round of that vote, trailing Emmanuel Macron, a huge battle ahead of them if they're going to take the Élysée Palace. And let's get the thoughts of Christine Ocran, who is with us. I cut you off in your prime, Christine. But what we heard there from Marine, pretty predictable. It's about borders, it's about national identity. She's the real alternative. That's what we'll hear plenty of in the next 2 weeks.
Yes, indeed. And the Front National was very much hoping to have to confront Emmanuel Macron, because to them he's the caricature of globalization, of the financial elites, of the system. And so I'm sure that they would have feared much more, in a way, having to face either Fillon or Mélenchon, because Benoît Hamon, the socialist candidate, has never really sprung up. So it will be a very predictable fight in the coming 2 weeks. The fact that Emmanuel Macron has already gotten the support of all the leaders of the system, yes, be they socialist or conservative, will of course induce many voters of both traditional political families to indeed follow that advice and vote for him. But again, there will be many people who will say, I will not go for the Republican upsurge that we saw in 2002, when Jacques Chirac, as you remember, got 82% of the votes. I don't think that will happen this time around.
You don't think it will be as convincing?
Not as high a sort of wall.
Yes.
But still, I think the Front National has a very, very tough fight ahead, even if, and that's a remarkable achievement on Marine Le Pen's side, I must say, their ideas, the themes, will really remain in the national debate, and that's very much her doing.
Yes. I'm going to come back to you. We'll just get a quick word from Kevin Connolly, who is there at the HQ of Marine Le Pen in Hénin-Beaumont. Kevin, you're watching these scenes. I know it's very loud there. As Christine was just saying, this is...
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.